to the House of Robots with your best friend, Caleb Ray Walker. This first song is called Mr. Brambleton. You see, Mr. Brambleton was a fine, distinguished fellow. He had a colleague, Monsieur Monticello, and they were friends. They were friends. They both were quite the well-respected men. They went way back to the age of 10. Their common interest was to be funny, and maybe one day, hey, it could even make them a bit of money. And late at night, they would hear it in their dreams, introducing Mr. Brambleton's famous comedy routine. He wore a hat which was large and had a watch that would hang off his arm so he would not be late for the train he would catch that would take him downtown, dressed in purple, and meet his friend, you know, Monsieur Monticello, who would be standing there waiting for him, dressed in yellow. Then they would shake hands and say hello. Shall we go perform our little comedy routine? They started on the street with just a few coins in the hat, until one day the right person caught their act and thought to themselves, you know, these guys aren't too bad, and invited them to perform in a nightclub. And then that turned into an every Friday night job. $50 and a club sandwich, they would split the $50 and the sandwich. The room was smoky, the crowd was drunk. Testing the microphone, is this thing on? Testing, testing. Okay, well now let's have some fun. How are you all doing, everyone? Well, I assure you that this is not a dream. Mr. Brambleton's famous comedy routine. Yes, I implore you to scream. Oh, how we love you and your comedy routine. Okie dokie. It's a pleasure to be here on the internet. Now, I'm on the internet and so are you. Then who's at home watching the baby? This next song is called Old Machine. Old rickety machine, won't you please just keep on running? Old rickety machine, won't you please just keep on running? Keep on running this here town. And even when the fuel gauge is down, it will echo through your mind in the continuum of time until everything aligns and starts again. Old rickety machine, won't you please just keep on running? Old and rickety machine, won't you please just keep on running? Keep on running all over this here place. Smoke and you rumble and you shake, and you echo through my head like the voices of the dead that keep on talking when I lie awake in bed. Old rickety machine, old and rickety machine. Old and rickety machine, like the locomotive running on the steam. Old and rickety machine, won't you please just keep on running? Old and rickety machine, won't you please just keep on running? Keep on running until the day you break, and then you'll never unhear the noise you make, because it echoes through my mind in the infinity of time until everything collides and starts again. Old and rickety machine, old rickety machine, old and rickety machine, like the locomotive running on the steam. This here song's written based on actual occurrences that took place a couple summers ago. I'm not sure exactly how many. Well, me and a few morons, we thought it would be a good idea to take a trip to Montreal. In Lori's mom's car, yeah, we drove it north. I brought my knife. I should not have brought that knife, so I stashed it in this bush that was over near a rock, which was kinda near the border at a road. Side rest stop, yeah, I'll be back one day, and I'll see if it's still there, and I'll think about the time we shared when we drove to Montreal. As I recall, Montreal, I drank some beers in Montreal with some Canadian friends. Yeah, there was Day and also Fred, oh yeah, and Shirley. She cut her hand pretty bad, but we played a show with another band called Feed, and then we traded a patch for a cassette, and we slept on the floor, but not before we saw a skunk out on the porch and had to go back indoors, but had a ball and finished up our alcohol. Well, as I recall, Montreal. When we woke up, then we ate some plums. And then we walked to a cafe that was on Ontario Street, which was quite quaint. I had myself a bagel and a large chai latte. On Nikki's drink there was a foamy depiction of a bear's face, and eventually she just drank it anyways. Now it's just a memory of that lovely place that they call it Montreal. As I recall, whoops, that place called Montreal. But we had to go on back to the States, and see New Jersey license plates. Oh yeah, if I just close my eyes and I can recall that place called Montreal. As I recall Montreal. All right. How are y'all doing tonight? Oh yeah, there's nobody can say anything. What's the speed of this next song? Maybe this is good. Am I moving too quick through this set? I may be. Maybe I should talk some shit. I just don't know what to talk about right now. But you know, if I was the weatherman, I think that my forecast would say, well, there is about a 100% chance of weather today. If I was the weatherman, then I would have weather friends. We would stay up late, drinking and talking about pressure systems. And if I was a weatherman, then I would drive a weather van. I would even own myself a suit and a tie, and all the people, they would stop to say hi. Hello, I sure love your show, Mr. Weatherman. If I were the weatherman, well, I think I would buy myself a yacht, and we all could go and float around when I would predict it to be hot. And if we were fair weather friends, we could discuss those old trade winds, and I could tell whether or not the temperature was about to drop. If I was the weatherman, then I would drive my weather van, and one day I'll probably crash it and just die. And all those people would mourn and cry because they love their weatherman. Oh, 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 yes. Oh, yes, they love their weatherman. And I'll have on that suit and that tie, close the coffin, say goodbye to your local weatherman. like my hat? I bought it on the side of the street from some guy who's very nice. This hat has been around more places than most people. This hat came all the way down the Delaware River from Hancock, New York, all the way to Trenton, New Jersey. And it's still kicking. Maybe I should tell my Aunt Barbara about it. I should write her a letter. That's who this song's about. I call it Aunt Barbara. Thank you for all of those birthday cards, Aunt Barbara. I have them all piled up in an inconvenient disorderly fashion. And I know that I can put them in a shoebox and just stow them in an attic. Hell, I can just go and rent a storage unit. Or just chuck them in a garbage can and think, oh man, I sure love Aunt Barbara. Oh man, I love Aunt Barbara. And that's why I want to thank you for all those birthday cards, Aunt Barbara. No one can say that you never wrote. I hardly even knew ya. You live out in Chicago, and that's like something like about 1,000 miles away, when all I really want to say is thank you. I want to thank you, Aunt Barbara. Thank you for all of those birthday cards. Thank you for those birthday cards, Aunt Barbara. That's right. No one can say that you ever forgot. And I never even wrote you back, and well, gee, I'm sorry about that. So I went and wrote this here song instead. Now I do not know what else to say except thank you. I just want to thank you, Aunt Barbara. Thank you for all of those birthday cards. Well, that's right, I want to thank you. Thank you, my Aunt Barbara. Thank you for all of those birthday cards, Aunt Barbara. Right. Pineland Breweries. Pretty good. Pretty good. Maybe I'll take a trip, you know, once this pandemic's over. I feel like a lot of people are saying shit like that. When this is all over, I'm gonna do things. Everyone's got lists. What does your list say? My list says, stop playing internet shows. This song's about Miss Gretchen. It's dedicated to Drew Glenn, who's having a happy birthday, I suppose. Who is not the main character of the song, but the best supporting actor. It's also dedicated to everybody who ever knew Miss Gretchen. Because you all know, if you'd seen her coming, you'd say something along the lines of, oh, Mrs. Gretchen, you better watch out, here she comes. She saved up all her nickels and her dimes, and she wants to give Drew some in exchange for a few of your cheapest beers and some airplane shots of anything you got that is clear. Oh yeah, she's hanging out with lowlifes that treat her just like shit. She's living in the gutter and PU. She smells just like it. They call her old Mrs. Gretchen. How the hell did you get so old? I'm asking you, old Mrs. Gretchen. How'd you get so freaking old? Old Mrs. Gretchen. Oh, okay, there she goes. Oh, she is still alive. No one really knows. Well, is she 45 or 104? Either way, every day she wanders in through that liquor store door. While the shithead waits outside that's using her for cash, Drew pukes in his mouth and tries just to make it to the trash. True story. Just don't ask her how she's doing, just don't ask her how she is. She will just bring up her dead husband and how she never gets to see her kids. And how she used to dance to Camelot. Well, that was in her youth. There's a picture that she'll show you even if you'd rather not see any proof. I'm just asking you, old Mrs. Gretchen, how'd you even get so old? I'm asking you, old Mrs. Gretchen, how'd you get so frickin' old? Miss Gretchen! Well, that's a fun song. Oh, yeah. She's no longer with us. So that song is all that remains of her legacy. That was as many songs as I planned on doing. I got a couple minutes left, so I would like to thank Bill Nose for this wonderful production here. The man behind the guy who's helping me with computers, because I don't know how to work computers. And he's helping. We're making an album together, so that should come out at some point. We finished all the songs. We're just going back and running through them. So I got an album on the way. Thanks to, do I call it the Dirty Old Robot or House of Robot now for sure? Okay, House of Robot Productions. Thanks for tuning in. This is gonna be a cool show. I think Gel is playing, as far as I know. They're pretty cool. They're gonna play some pretty sick shit. Yeah, thank you very much. Have a wonderful Thursday evening, and hopefully everyone's dreams come true, you know. Cheers.